God is with you today. It is September the 20th, 103 days left in the year. If you are new here, this is your daily devotional, your thought for the day. Subscribe to the channel, click a like, share this with a friend. Let's get into it with the scripture. Psalm 143 verse 8. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk, for I lift up my soul unto thee. For those of you reading the Bible in here, moving along to Ecclesiastes 4-6 and 2 Corinthians chapter 12. Here's your thoughts for the day. A rumor without a leg to stand on will get around some other way. The pursuit of happiness is a ridiculous phrase. If you pursue happiness, you'll never find it. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not the absence of fear. Here's your motivation for today. Religion is good views. The gospel is good news. On today in history, 1519, Magellan starts his first successful circumnavigation of the world. Of course, he didn't make it. He got killed in the Philippines, as we learned a few weeks ago. 1857, British recaptured Delhi from Indian mutineers. 1906, an imperial edict in China orders the end of the use of opium within 10 years. 1951 was the first North Pole jet crossing. 1961, Argentina and Antonio Albertondo attempts the first non-stop swim across the English Channel and back. He completes it in 43 hours and 5 minutes. Whew, I hope he had a nap on between legs. And in 2013, a Greenpeace ship, the Arctic Sunrise, is boarded by the Russian military. Here's your personal story for today. Be a good servant. As he sat looking in his beehives, he was especially interested in the activities of a considerable number of the bees that seemed to be busybodies. They're always buzzing, going in and out of the hive, but doing no apparent work. These non-productive ones are called drones. They are male bees, much larger than the worker or even the queen, and their only function is to fertilize the queen and then die. While waiting for a new queen to emerge, the drones spend their time visiting one hive after another, but they do no work. They make no honey. They build no comb. They can't even sting, and they're noisy. You should hear them buzz, but it's all bluff. For a while, drones are privileged characters, but when autumn comes and the honey flow slackens, the worker bees will kill every drone. Wow! Not one lives through winter. The time of reckoning comes and they are denied the reward of the workers. Now, let's move on and put this into a spiritual light, shall we? In the Apostle Paul's letter to Timothy, he warned about people who are active in the wrong kinds of activities, going from house to house as busybodies, stirring up trouble instead of serving. That's in 1 Timothy 5:13. So don't be a drone if you want to share in heavenly treasures reserved for the faithful. Think on that one for today. And here's your devotional thoughts for today. Hosea 6:6. For I desired mercy and not sacrifice. References today are from Job 34:1-37. Perhaps you've heard a story like Deborah Johnson's. After an accident on the job forced her out of work, she battled for nearly 5 years to get her workers' compensation claim settled. When it was finally paid, she found out that her medical bills wouldn't be covered. It was like pouring salt on wounds. That's likely what Job felt. Although Elihu claims to have something new to say, in reality, he continues much like Job's friends. A little different, but he's insisting that God is just to punish the evildoers. Like them, Elihu missed the fact that Job has never denied this. Thus, right when Job might have hoped for comfort, he receives insult on top of injury. Elihu claims that Job drinks scorn like water. In other words, Job should be counted among the wicked. Now, Elihu is right to question Job's claim of complete innocence. As we have seen, there's an element of pride in Job's protestations, as he himself has come to realize. Elihu would be right to challenge Job's claim that it profits a person nothing to please God, except that Job never claimed this. Instead, Job pointed out that the calamity falls upon both the righteous and the wicked, and that the wicked do prosper in this life. Much of what Elihu says is perfectly correct. God cannot do evil. He is so intimately involved in the world that if he withdrew his life-giving spirit, all would collapse. Now, there's an important thought for today. And because nothing truly escapes God's notice, he sees everything. Job is wrong to suggest that God overlooks evil. Under God's wings. Ruth 2:12. The Lord recompense thy work, and a full reward be given thee of the Lord, of the God of Israel, under whose wings thou art come to trust. Birds use their wings for many purposes other than flying. In times of danger, a mother's wings provide a feathered canopy. You know, as Jesus said, I'd long to keep you under my wings like a hen broods her chicks. When darkness falls and the temperature drops, it is under the mother's wings that a young chick finds the warmth that they need to make it through the frosty night. As the rain plummets to the earth, these same wings provide dry shelter for those who are young and vulnerable. The wings of their mother promise the safety and security they need. This is the safety and security Boaz alluded to as he assured Ruth that her kind and unselfish deeds would not go unrewarded. When she abandoned the security of her homeland to care for her mother-in-law, Naomi, Ruth may have wondered about her future. She had left everything that spelled safety, but she found something even greater, a refuge that exists only under the wings of the God of Israel. The word translated refuge means to flee for protection. To flee for protection. Under the shelter of God's wings, Ruth found the protection she needed. God never abandons his own. Let me repeat that. God never abandons his own. In times of danger and distress, he will spread his wings of protection and comfort over us. Protected by his wings, we do not need to fear the difficult circumstances of life. Personal storms may rage around us, but we are safe under the canopy of God's constant care. The psalmist assures us, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. And of course, that's Psalm 91, verse 4. If you are going through painful times, nestle yourself under his wings. Take comfort in the fact that God's protection is spread over you. Nothing can touch your life without his express permission. Nothing can threaten you without his express protection. Stand on that promise. Take courage and know that God's protection is more than a match for our problems. That concludes today. Here's the facts for the day. The British anthem was performed the most times in a single performance. In 1909, waiting for King Edward VII, who was getting dressed, a German band played the anthem 17 times. The Star-Spangled Banner became the U.S. national anthem in 1931. Prior to that, it was My Country, 'Tis of Thee, which is the same melody as Britain's national anthem, God Save Our Gracious Queen, God Save the Queen, which is based on the music of John Bull in 1619. Now, Bull's melody has been used more than any song in national anthems. How about that? Here's your closing thought. I'm thankful for the mess to clean after the party because it means I have friends. And we often see that on fellowship days, don't we? But thank you to those that always are there to help out. All right, one quick joke for today. The principal called the mother of one of his students. He says, I have good news and bad news. The bad news is your son thinks he's a frog. Huh, what's the good news? Well, the good news is I think we've licked the fly problem in the cafeteria. That's all I got. Thanks for coming. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.